Okay. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So for today, we're going to discuss chapter 1. No? So in this lesson, you will be able to answer the following questions right after the discussion. So number 1, how are information systems changing business and how does globalization relate to them? Number 2, why are information systems so crucial for today's corporate operations and management? Number 3, what is an information system exactly and how does it functions? What aspect of management structure and technology are there? Number 4, what do complementary assets consist of? Why is it crucial to have complementary assets to make sure that information system actually benefit an organization? And what academic fields are information systems studied and how does it advance our knowledge of information system as an explanation of the socio-technical system perspective. Now, the role of information system in business today is very important. No? In either the American economy or the rest of the world economy, things are no longer as normal. Way back 2012, businesses in the US will spend more than 540 billion US dollar on telecommunications, software, and hardware for information system. And they will also spend an additional 650 billion US dollar on business and managing, consulting, and services, much of which include reorganizing companies' internal business processes to benefit from this new technology. No? So it also demonstrates that the rise from 32% to 52% of all invested capital between 1980 and 2011 in private business investment in information technology, which studied hardware, software, and communication equipment. Most of managers will be employed by businesses that heavily rely on information system and spend a lot of money on technology. So without a doubt, you'll want to know how to use this money sensibly. And your business can surpass rivals if you choose wisely. Because as a manager, poor decision will result in the loss of important resources. And making informed choices about information system and technology is the goal of our discussion. Okay, so to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our first presenter. Go ahead, sir.
Will share na po.
Systems in the global business today. This would give us an overview of management information systems. So let's begin. For today's topic, we will be discussing the following: the role of information systems in business today, how information systems are transforming business, what's new in the management information systems or MIS, the globalization challenges and opportunities, the emerging digital firm, the strategic business objectives of information systems. We'll also be defining data and information system, the dimensions of information systems, the technical and business perspectives, complementary assets, and we'll also discuss the contemporary approaches or disciplines to information systems. Computers and information technology are changing every aspect of our lives, from entertainment to shopping, from the work we do and where we do it, to how we communicate with friends and relatives. Many companies are remodeling their businesses and information systems with the internet in mind. IT is dramatically changing the business landscape and significantly affecting strategic options and creating opportunities and issues that managers need to address in many aspects of their business. Some of the key impacts of technology and the implications for management are business strategy, organization culture, organization structures, management processes, and the workplace. Information systems are essential for conducting day-to-day business as well as achieving strategic business objectives. Some firms such as Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Zoom, Facebook, and Apple would be non-existent without information systems. It is difficult to imagine some service industries such as finance, insurance, and real estate industries could not operate without information systems. The ability of a firm to use IT is becoming intertwined with the firm's ability to implement corporate strategy. As electronic business and electronic commerce grow in popularity and more firms digitize their operations, having useful information is becoming even more important to the global business community. Business firms invest heavily in information systems to achieve six strategic business objectives, which we will be discussing later on. Worldwide IT spending is projected to total to $4.5 trillion in 2022, an increase of 3% from the 2021 according to the latest forecast by Gartner Incorporated. So how are information systems transforming business and what is their relationship to the globalization? Email, online conferencing, smartphones, and tablet computers have become essential tools for conducting business. Information systems are the foundation of fast-paced supply chains. The internet allows many businesses to buy, sell, advertise, and solicit customer feedback online. Organizations are trying to become more competitive and efficient by digitally enabling their core business processes and evolving into digital firms. The internet has stimulated globalization by dramatically reducing the cost of producing, buying, and selling goods on a global scale. New information system trends include emerging mobile digital platform, online software, and cloud computing, which will be discussed later on. As you will see in the picture, Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp have been the world's most used social platforms. And there are at least 5 billion internet users worldwide, around 63% of the world's population. In the Philippines, there are at least 76 million internet users, around 68% of the total Philippine population. On e-commerce, in the Philippines, there are at least 43 million online buyers with a total annual spend on online purchases worth of more than 16 billion US dollars. This table summarizes the new major themes in business uses of information systems. They are divided into three categories: technology, management, and organizations. First one is cloud computing. It's a type of computing that relies on sharing computing resources rather than having local servers or personal devices to handle applications. The main objective is to provide different services such as servers, storage, and applications to an organization's computers and devices through the internet. The cloud has changed the fundamental nature of computing and how business gets done. According to the research done by Global Industry Analysts Incorporated, cloud computing came as a boon for companies during tough economic and financial climate, given that the technology can potentially slash IT costs by over 35%. And we have seen this in the recent pandemic. Next, businesses look for insights from huge volumes of data or big data from web traffic, email messages, social media content, and machine sensors that require new data management tools to capture, store, and analyze. The mobile digital platform, the Apple iPhone, Android mobile devices are able to download hundreds of thousands of applications to support collaboration, location-based services, and communication with colleagues. Managers are increasingly using these devices to coordinate work, communicate with employees, and provide information for decision-making. Under management, managers adapt online collaboration and social networking software, such as Google Apps, Google Sites, and Microsoft Windows applications, which are used by over 100 million business professionals worldwide to support their businesses, project management, online meetings, profiles, social bookmarks, and online communities. The acceleration of business intelligence and applications. So more powerful data analytics and interactive dashboards provide real-time performance information to managers to enhance their decision making. Lastly, on virtual meetings, managers adapt now video conferencing and web conferencing technologies to reduce travel time and cost while improving collaboration and decision making. This has been highlighted in this pandemic, which also gives way to safe working environment. So Much of us have been using Zoom and Google Meet and Microsoft Teams. Under organizations, businesses use social networking platforms including Facebook, Twitter, or an internal or corporate social tools to deepen interactions with employees, customers, and suppliers. The internet, wireless laptops, smartphones, and tablet computers make it possible for the growing numbers of people to work away from the traditional office or to do telework or remote work. One of the benefits of this pandemic. Lastly, there have been sources of business value shift from products to solution experiences and from internal sources to networks of suppliers and collaboration with customers. Supply chains and product development become more global and collaborative. The strength of cloud computing and the growth of the mobile digital platform allow organizations to rely more on telework, remote work, and distributed decision making. This same platform means firms can outsource more work and rely on markets rather than employees to build value. It also means that firms can collaborate with suppliers and customers to create new products or make existing products more efficiently. Globalization challenges and opportunities a flattened world. In 2005, journalist Thomas Friedman wrote an influential book declaring that the world was now flat, by which he meant that the internet and global communications had greatly reduced the economic and cultural advantages of developed countries. Customers no longer need to rely on local businesses for products and services. They can shop at any time and any day of the week or for virtually anything and have it delivered to their door or house or desktop. Companies can operate at any time from any geographic location around the world, and jobs can just easily move across the state or across the ocean. The emergence of the internet into a full-blown international communication system has drastically reduced the cost of operating and transacting businesses on a global scale. The move to a global economy has been facilitated by advanced telecommunications networks and particularly by the internet. And at the same time, globalization adds challenges to businesses. In a global market, cost of labor varies widely among countries. In general, labor costs are higher in developed countries than in developing countries. Also, developed countries usually pay high fringe benefits to employees which make the cost of doing business even higher. Therefore, many labor-intensive industries have moved their operations to countries with low labor costs. These moves are greatly facilitated with IT. So what does globalization have to do with management information systems? That's simple. It is everything. The emergence of the internet into a full-blown international communication system has drastically reduced the cost of operating and transacting on a global scale. Basically, information systems enable globalization. Now let's talk about the emerging digital firm. A truly digital firm has several characteristics that distinguish it from the most firms claiming to be digitized. First, significant business relationships with customers, suppliers, and employees are digitally enabled and mediated. Core business processes are accomplished through digital networks spanning the entire organization or linking multiple organizations. Key corporate assets such as intellectual property, core competencies, and financial and human assets are managed through digital means. They also sense and respond to their environments far more rapidly than traditional firms. They also offer extraordinary opportunities for more flexible global organization and management, practicing time shifting, which is business being conducted 24/7, and space shifting, business being conducted globally or beyond traditional geographic boundaries. Information systems are foundation for conducting business today. In many industries, survival and the ability to achieve strategic business goals are difficult without extensive use of information technology. Strategic planning for an organization involves long-term policy decisions like location of a new plant, new product, and diversification. Companies rely on IT for fast communications, data processing, and market intelligence. Specifically, business firms invest heavily in information system to achieve six strategic business objectives, which are operational excellence, which relates to achieving excellence in business operations to achieve higher profitability. The new products, services, and business models. This is part of the growth strategy of an organization. With the help of information technology, a company might even opt for an entirely new business model which will allow it to establish, consolidate, and maintain a leadership in the existing market, as well as provide a competitive edge in the industry, such as what we saw from Apple Incorporated, from their Macintosh computers to iMac to iPad to iPhone and to iPad. Then customer and supplier intimacy. When a business really knows its customers, it serves them well. The way they want to be served, customers generally respond by returning and purchasing more. The result is increased revenues and profits. Likewise with suppliers, the more a business engages its suppliers, the better the suppliers can provide vital inputs. The result is a lower cost of doing business. Next is improved decision making. A very important prerequisite of strategic planning is to provide the right information at the right time to the right person for making an informed decision. Well-planned information systems and technologies make it possible for the decision makers to use real-time data from the marketplace when making decisions. Previously, managers did not have the access to accurate and current data and as such relied on forecasts, best guess, and luck. The inability to make informed decisions resulted in increased cost and loss of customers. Next is competitive advantage. Doing things better than your competitors, charging less for superior products, and responding to customers and suppliers in real time all add up to higher sales and higher profits that your competitors cannot match. Toyota is a prime example of how companies use information systems to separate themselves from their competition. Toyota worked its way to the top of its industry with the help of its legendary information system. Lastly, survival. Firms also invest in information systems and technologies because they are necessities for doing business. Information systems are not a luxury. In order to remain and survive in the retail banking industry, Citibank started their ATM services way ahead of their competitors, which allowed other banks who had no choice but to provide ATM services to banking customers. Now let's define data and information. Data is a collection of raw facts that may or may not be meaningful for managers. Input to any system may be treated as data. It is very difficult to understand data and needs to be processed to understand. While information is the outcome derived after processing the data, and is always meaningful, output after processing the system is information. Processing is performed by performing arithmetic and logical calculations on the data or simply rearranging the data. It is very easy to understand information. For example, researchers who conduct market research survey or questionnaires might ask a member of the public to complete questionnaires about a product or a service. These completed questionnaires are data. They are processed and analyzed in order to prepare a report on the survey. This resulting report is information. In a simplest sense, a system that provides information to people in an organization is called information system. It can be defined as a collection of interrelated components working together to collect, process, store, and disseminate information to support decision-making, coordination, control, analysis, and visualization in an organization. An information system is an organized combination of people, hardware, software, communication networks, and data resources. Information systems in organizations capture and manage data to produce useful information that supports an organization and its employees, customers, and suppliers and partners. Now let's discuss the three basic functions or activities to produce information in an information system, which are input, processing, and output. Input captures or collects raw data from and within the organization or from its external environment for processing. Normally, input is the hardware component of information systems. Processing converts raw data into the meaningful information, which is done by software. Processing is done by either performing arithmetic or logical calculations on the data. Output transfers information produced from processing data to the people who will use it or to the activities for which it will be used. Information systems also include two additional components, which are feedback and control. Feedback is the data about the performance of the process. It's the idea of monitoring the current system output and comparing it to the system goal. For example, data about sales performance is feedback to a sales manager. Control. On the basis of feedback, the control function makes necessary adjustments to a system's input and processing components to ensure that it produces proper information. For example, a sales manager exercises control when reassigning salespersons to new sales territories after evaluating feedback about their sales performance. An information system represents a combination of management, organization, and technology elements, or the dimensions of information systems. We refer to this broader understanding of information systems, which encompasses an understanding of the management and organizational dimensions of systems as well as the technical dimensions of systems as information systems literacy. Computer literacy, in contrast, focuses primarily on knowledge of information technology. The field of management in information systems, MIS, tries to achieve this broader information systems literacy. MIS deals with behavioral issues as well as technical issues surrounding the development, use, and impact of information systems used by managers and employees in the firm. So let's examine each of the dimensions of information systems, organizations, management, and information technology on the next slide. Organizations are formal social units developed for the attainment of specific goals. The key elements for an organization are its people, structure, operating procedures, politics, culture, business functions. Under people, organizations require many different kinds of skills and people like managers, such as senior, middle, and operational, who make decisions and plans make plans and to solve organizational problems. Knowledge workers such as engineers who design products or services and create new knowledge, and data workers such as bookkeepers who process the organization's paperwork, and production or service workers such as assemblers who actually produce the organization's product. On structure, organizations coordinate work through a structured hierarchy which arranges people in a pyramid structure of rising authority and responsibility. The upper levels of hierarchy consist of managerial, professional, and technical employees, whereas the lower levels consist of operational personnel. Standard operating procedures or SOPs are formal rules or standards that have been developed over a long time for achieving organizational firms' business processes. Organizational politics. These include people in the organization occupying different positions with different specialties, concerns, and perspectives. As a result, they naturally have divergent and differing viewpoints about how resources, rewards, and punishments should be distributed. This will result in political struggle for resources, competition, and conflict within the organization. Organization culture is a powerful restraint on change, especially technology change. Any technological change that threatens commonly held cultural assumptions usually meets a great deal of resistance. Lastly, business functions. The major business functions or specialized tasks performed by business organizations include sales and marketing, manufacturing and production, finance, accounting, and human resources. Now let's talk about management, the dimension of information systems that involves issues such as leadership, strategy, and management behavior. Management's job is to make decisions and formulate action plans to solve organizational problems. Managerial roles and decisions vary at different levels of the organization. Senior managers occupy the topmost hierarchy and are responsible for making long-range decisions or plans. Middle managers occupy the middle, who are responsible for carrying out the plans and goals of senior management. And at the bottom, operational managers monitor the day-to-day activities of the organization. Lastly, technology or information technology dimension. It consists of computer hardware, software, data management technology, and networking telecommunications technology, including the internet. Computer hardware is the physical equipment used for input, processing, and output activities in an information system. It consists of processing unit, various input, output, and storage devices, and physical media to link these devices. Computer software. It consists of detailed pre-programmed instructions that control and coordinate the work of computer hardware components in an information system. Data management technology. In order to keep track of all the information stored, we need data management software that is designed to organize the information so that we can readily retrieve what we are looking for. Communication technology includes physical devices and software that links various computer hardware components that transfer data from one physical location to another. This technology helps to connect computers and communication equipments for sharing voice, data, images, sound, or video in a network. All of the above technologies collectively form the firm's information technology infrastructure. The IT infrastructure provides the foundation or platform on which the firm can build its specific information systems. So each organization must carefully design and manage its IT infrastructure according to the needs of the information system. From a technical perspective, an information system collects, stores, and disseminates information from an organization's environment and internal operations to support organizational functions and decision-making, coordination, control, and analysis and visualization. While from a business perspective, an information system provides a solution to a problem or challenge facing a firm and provides real economic value to the business. There are three ways an information system can add value to a business: by helping managers make better decisions, helping make business processes more efficient, and increasing profitability. Complementary assets refer to the firm's assets or capabilities necessary for successfully commercializing technologies, which include manufacturing capacity, distribution channels, after-sales service, brands, and complementary technologies. In order to obtain meaningful value from information systems, organizations must support their technology investments with appropriate complementary investments in organizations and management. For example, to get real value from water resources, which requires investments in hydropowers, transmission lines, legal regulatory structures. Thus, these investments are complementary for getting real values from investments in water resources. In the same way, investing in just in IT may not give attractive returns to organizations. Investments in information technology alone cannot make managers and organizations more effective. Thus, to get proper returns from investment in IT, organizations need to invest in complementary assets also. Some organizations do not invest in discovering new business model or seeks to preserve existing business model even after investing in new technology. Due to this, organizations may be unable to take advantages of new technology and hence unable to get returns from investment in new technology. According to Kaufman, complementary assets for investment in information technology are investment in new business models, new business process, management behavior, organizational culture, and trainings. Organizations that do not invest in these complementary assets cannot get superior returns from investments in information technology. There are three classes of complementary assets. First, organizational assets. It includes investments in selecting appropriate business model, efficient business process, decentralization, distributed decision-making rights, supportive organizational culture that values effectiveness and efficiency, and a strong team for developing information systems. Then managerial assets. It includes senior management that supports investments in new technologies and change, incentives for new management innovations, collaborative work environment, training programs to enhance skills of using information systems, and decision making. Lastly, social assets includes investments in establishing internet and telecom-based infrastructure, conducting and launching IT-enriched educational programs, developing standards, laws, and regulations. Now let's discuss the contemporary approaches to information systems. The discipline that contribute to the technical approach focusing on formal models and capabilities of systems are computer science, management science, and operations research. The true technical approach says that all business information systems were a combination of computer science, management science, and operations research. Through behavioral approach, MIS is also concerned with behavioral issues surrounding the development, use, and impact of information systems, which are typically discussed in the fields of sociology, economics, and psychology. Business organizations are social economic groups wherein individuals work together with common motive. Every individual possesses certain values, beliefs, and assumptions and have specific mindset. This social aspect influences development of every information system and people in the world along with time, such as e-banking, e-governance, and e-booking. In the social technical view of systems, optical organization performance is achieved by jointly optimizing both the social and technical systems used in production. Adopting a social technical systems perspective helps to avoid a purely technological approach to information systems. Now let us see a case sample, the Pons Company. Pons is a Finnish company, one of the largest manufacturers of rubber wheel cut-to-length forest machines. They have an efficient wood harvesting information systems. It has well-functioning cooperative information systems that link together that various parties of the wood production and procurement chain, such as the forest owner, wood purchasing organization, forest machine owner and operator, and the manufacturing plant that uses the wood cut from the forest. The systems benefit all parties. Now let us see a sample case from Pons Company and its machine information systems. In summary, information systems are essential for conducting businesses today. In many industries, survival and the ability to achieve strategic business goals are difficult without extensive use of information technology. Information systems enable globalization. These are my references. Thank you for listening.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir. A while ago, no, before we start, I'll just throw in a questions where we can able to answer, no, about the chapter 1, no. So the first question is how are information system transforming business, and what is the relationship to globalizations? No, again, email, no, online conferencing, smartphones, and tablet computers have become essential tools for conducting business because and information systems are the foundation of fast-paced supply chains. No? So the internet allows many businesses to buy, sell, advertise, and solicit customer feedback online. So organizations are trying to become more competitive and efficient by digitally enabling their core business processes and evolving into a digital firms. So the internet has stimulated globalization by dramatically reducing the cost of producing, buying, and selling goods on a global scale. So new information system trends include the emerging mobile digital platform, online software as a service, and a cloud computing. Another question is, why are information systems so essential for running and managing a business today? Again, information systems are a foundation for conducting business today. In many industries, survival and the ability to achieve strategic business goals are difficult without extensive use of information technology. Business today use information system to achieve 6 major objectives like operational excellence, new products, services, and business models, customer supplier intimacy, improve decision-making process, and competitive advantage in a day-to-day survival. Another is, what exactly is an information system and how does it work? What are its management, organization, and technology components? From a technical perspective, now an information system collects, stores, and disseminates information from an organization's environment and internal operations to support organizational functions and decisions making, communication, coordination, control, analysis, and visualization. So information system transform raw data into useful information through 3 basic activities. And we are all familiar with input, process, and output. So from a business perspective, an information system provides a solution to a problem or challenge facing a firm and represent a combination of management, organization, and technology elements. So the management dimension of information system involves issues such as leadership, strategy, and management behavior. And the technology system involves, as I mentioned, the technology dimensions consist of computer hardware, not only computer hardware, but software and data management technology, and the networking or telecommunication technology, including the internet. So the organization dimension of information system involves issues such as the organization's hierarchy, functional specialties, business processes, culture, and political interest groups. Okay, to continue, so number 4 question is, what are complementary assets? Why are complementary assets essential for ensuring that information system provide genuine value for an organization? As our presenter mentioned, in order to obtain meaningful value from information system, organization must support their technology investment with appropriate complementary investment in organizations and management. These complementary assets include new business models and business processes, supportive organizational culture and management behavior, appropriate technology standards, regulations, and law. Now, new information technology investments are unlikely to produce high returns unless businesses make the appropriate managerial and organizational changes to support that technology. And lastly, what academic disciplines are used to study information system? How does it contribute to an understanding of an information system? What is the socio-technical system perspective? A while ago, our presenter cited an expertise or even a program or courses which deal with this question. Because the study of information system deals with issues and insights contributed from technical and behavioral disciplines. And the disciplines that contribute to the technical approach focusing on formal models and capabilities of systems are computer science, management science, and operational research. That is for the technical approach. But the discipline contributing to the behavioral approach, focusing on the design, implementation, management, and business impact of systems are psychology, sociology, and economics. Because a socio-technical view of system considers both technical and social features of systems and solutions that represent the best fit between them. So I think that's it for this topic. Thank you very much to our presenter.